All right, you guys, we're gonna do this workout. Check it out, looking pretty lean from all the kickboxing that I've been doing. The bell is still going off. Looking pretty lean from all the kickboxing that I've been doing. I've been lifting like, honestly, like on average, like 2 times per week, which is not a lot. I'm gonna get back up to three full body workouts, just to kind of gaintain, whatever you want to call it. And yeah. Get to these squats. What's next? Overhead press. 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps, nice and controlled. Feel that contraction. And then I'm gonna do some chin-ups and then some deadlifts. So you guys know me with the overhead press. This is literally my favorite upper body exercise. It always has been, more than likely always will be. What am I doing here? That's 35 pounds on each side, so 115 pounds. You guys have seen me rep this out for like anywhere from 160 to like 180 for sets of 8 to 10 in older videos. But again, here I am, goals change. I'm more focused on, I still love bodybuilding, don't get me wrong, but overall athleticism, still always a bodybuilder at heart, but I'm pursuing, as of late, just being more of an overall well-balanced athlete / martial artist, if you will. So still weight training. I said earlier in the video, I actually mistook that. It wasn't obviously 2 times per week. I've been training like 1 time per week in terms of full body, but I want to get that back up to 3 times per week. I want to get that volume in there. I do feel it is very important to balance your athleticism and your skill and whatever, form of fitness that you're doing with some sort of strength training. It has carryover. You want that balance. So I want to get my strength training back up. Not to obviously the volume and intensity I was doing for maximum hypertrophy, the maximum amount of muscle that I can possibly add to my frame, but enough to just maintain that strength, have that strength in the clinch when I'm clinching up boxing or kickboxing, and also for overall just injury prevention, right? You want strong hamstrings, strong glutes, but you don't want to have too much muscle to the point that it actually kind of slows you down, right? Too much muscle in certain sports, combat sports, field sports, basketball, too much will actually slow you down. So I'm trying to find that middle ground where, strength and hypertrophy isn't my main goal, which is why you see me squatting 135. You see me deadlifting here, 135. I could obviously go much heavier than this, and I am going to build up to a weight that is decently heavier than this, but I probably see like 225, nothing more than like 250. Obviously I could go heavier than this right now, but you guys know me, I'm really big on form when you're just getting back into, consistent weight training. But yeah, I want to balance this into my training routine, but my primary goal right now is competing in the sport of kickboxing. Maybe boxing, we'll see. Not sure about MMA, even though I know a lot of you guys do love MMA, and MMA is probably the most popular combat sport on the planet right now. But for me, I like the striking aspect of combat sports the most. The kickboxing, the Muay Thai, the boxing. It's the most exciting, right? Even when you're watching an MMA fight, a lot of people seem to get bored when the fight goes to the ground. Not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, because the person will just lay on the other person. So I want to do the part that kind of just excites me the most, and I want to compete in the aspect of martial arts that excites me the most, and that's striking. So doing my strength training to carry over to that, and obviously still, I'm still a bodybuilder. I still want to look good. I still want to feel good. You still want to have that confidence. You don't want to just completely abandon everything that you were doing, which I sort of did in the beginning. You guys saw that I wasn't lifting at all. I was just doing nothing but MMA initially and striking. But I quickly learned you need that balance. Do not abandon what got you to the dance. Keep that in there, and you're gonna find that even when you say you do want to transition back to it, it'll be that much easier because you never completely let it go. Okay, so we're pretty much done. We're done with that full body workout: squats, overhead press, deadlifts, weighted chin-ups. We're gonna do a couple of rounds in the bag. Got some techniques I need to work on, some low kicks, 2 different combos. And yeah, I'm gonna go through 3 different rounds. How long should I do it? I'll do 3 rounds. I'll do 3 2-minute rounds on the heavy bag. And that'll be a wrap. That'll be the workout. So I just ran 45 minutes. It's part of my weekly routine. I don't want to say new weekly routine. I've been running 3 to 4 times a week for the past, I don't know, entire quarantine. So yeah, I'm about to go get something to eat, and I kind of want to just go over my entire schedule of training through the week with you guys, from my cardio to my conditioning to my weightlifting to my kickboxing, all of it. All right, so this week your boy has finally gone back to BK. I haven't been there in a while. This Whopper's gonna be good. You know what, when I ate Wendy's last video, I thought that was better than this, but it is not. BK still holds the crown. It tastes extra good because I'm really hungry after that run. My new routine, I can't even talk, I just want to eat this, consists of running 3 times per week, 45 minutes per run. I like to call it road work. Train kickboxing 3 to 4 times per week, and I'm gonna weightlift 3 times per week. So there's a lot of activity. I'm gonna talk about cardio, because like, one of the main reasons I'm really running is because I hate when, make sure I don't have stuff in my teeth, I probably do. I hate when I'm sparring, I'm doing like hard rounds of sparring. I absolutely hate when I get tired. You know, I hate when I get tired. It sucks so bad, because like, you wanna defend yourself, you wanna land shots, you wanna improve your game, but you can't because you're so fatigued. And especially when I do take that first fight, I do not want to get tired. But it's crazy, and this makes total sense. No matter how much, because I've been running since quarantine, a good amount since quarantine, at least 3 to 4 times per week, and the running has not improved my in-sparring cardio at all, maybe 5%. What it has improved is the recovery time in between the rounds, which makes total sense, because in round sparring, you're being explosive and then you rest for a minute, explosive with a technique and then you rest for a minute. When you're obviously on the off the round, when you're resting for a minute, that is where the cardio, this running, comes into play. It helps you have a better recovery time because it's improving your resting heart rate. Obviously your heart rate is elevated because of the rounds, and then you get to the rest time in between the rounds. If you're not doing running, your resting heart rate is going to be much lower, so it's so elevated, you just don't recover in time. So I noticed it does improve your performance in a fight, but not during the actual fight, unless the fight is like, or the sparring match or whatever is very slow paced, then that list cardio or that running will help. But if it's a fast paced fight, it's got to be more like hit cardio, explosive and stop, explosive and stop. That cardio in any sport it has to be specific to the way you're actually training it, if that makes sense. So, and I noticed that when I started sparring again, you know, a little bit after quarantine was starting to kind of like die down a little bit, even though it's still going. I noticed that. I was like, man, all this cardio is not helping when I spar. It just doesn't carry over, you know? But I noticed like in between the rounds, I was like, yeah, I'm already ready to go again. That's where the cardio came into play. So just some food for thought. That's what I found very interesting. That's good. Burger King satisfies you so much more than Wendy's. Well, at least the spicy chicken sandwich that I ate. Just because of the fat content, obviously. Jorge Masvidal, official, against Kamaru Usman, which is a blessing by the MMA gods. It was originally supposed to be Masvidal, but he was having trouble coming to an agreement with the UFC in terms of money and what he felt he deserved to be paid. So they gave it to Gilbert Burns. Well, that fell through. Now we got Masvidal back on the card, which I am so stoked for. I cannot wait to see that fight. Masvidal is gonna baptize him. Crazy is so many people are writing Masvidal off because of Usman. He's so much bigger, the wrestling, you know, crazy 5-round cardio, but your boy Masvidal is dangerous, man. He's so explosive, way better striking. I will say this though, that fight is gonna go one of two ways. I think within the first 2 rounds, Masvidal is going to viciously knock out Usman and finish him. Or Usman will be able to use his strength and his ability to grind and wrestle and top pressure, and he's gonna make the fight a 5-round snooze fest where he just lays on top of Masvidal, which I absolutely hope does not happen. Well, either way, I'm a fan of Gamebred, so I want him to win. If you guys are gonna watch the fight this weekend, let me know. Leave a comment below who do you think is gonna win and how. And I'll see you guys in the next video.